Today on the spot, we bring you the latest starting block for Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars, get caught up with new releases and the latest wares available this week on Xbox Live. We also go on a studio tour of Gas-Powered Games, the creators behind Supreme Commander 2, and close things out with a demo of Death by Cube. Today on the spot.
Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Today on the Spot. My name is Brian Eckberg, this is Sophia Tong. Sophia Tong, do you know that cubes, when you shoot them, explode in blood?
Really? What kind of cubes?
Well, the cubes that are in Death by Cube, which is a game that's going to be our daily demo here on this episode of Today on the Spot. And we have a whole bunch of other stuff, including this week on Xbox Live, and a studio tour of Gas-Powered Games. We'll show you all of that stuff, but before we do it, let's get to the news. Tor Thorson, let's hear it.
Hey everyone, it's your GameSpot news update for Thursday, January 21st. I'm Tor Thorson. At E3 last June, Sony announced it would launch the PlayStation 3's motion tracking system in spring 2010. Now, much like the PS3 was in 2006, the system's launch has been pushed to the fall, when it will launch worldwide. The debut will have the LED controller-based technology face off directly against Microsoft's controller-free motion sensing system, Project Natal, due out this holiday. In a statement, Sony Computer Entertainment CEO Kaz Hirai hinted that the delay was to allow for a more robust launch lineup of both first and third-party games. At E3 2009, Sony reps said they were already sending out development kits for the system, and such companies as Capcom and Electronic Arts have announced that they will support it. In other news, World of Warcraft's reign as the massively multiplayer king may see a second serious challenge in 2011. Besides BioWare's Star Wars The Old Republic, the next year may see the debut of an MMORPG set in the sprawling world of Bethesda Softworks' Elder Scrolls series. According to a court transcript obtained by the Fallout fan site Duck and Cover, Bethesda's sister company ZeniMax Online has been using over $300 million in venture capital to employ close to 100 people to work on a World of Warcraft-style MMORPG. The project reportedly went into full production in 2007 on a 4-year schedule, which will have it arriving in 2011. Though parts of the document relating to the exact genre of the game were redacted, the transcript did say it was not based on the Fallout series, which has been the subject of a lawsuit between Bethesda and Interplay, which created the series in the 1990s. In 2007, Interplay sold Bethesda the Fallout IP for non-massively multiplayer games, and claims it has been developing a Fallout MMORPG itself, a claim Bethesda disputes. Send in the lawyers, boys! Well, that's it, your GameSpot news update for January 21st. For more headlines, head on over to news.gamespot.com.
All right, now you guys are all caught up with the news. Now it's time to put the spotlight on you, Sophia. What are the games coming out this week?
Which games?
Which games? There's games about witches?
No, I don't know.
You have no idea, but it's time to find out, so we'll all be educated with a look at this week's new releases.
In October 2007, Capcom announced an all-new action franchise, Dark Void. A year and a half later, the company made the very bold prediction that the franchise would sell at least 2 million copies. Such a figure would put the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 game amongst the Japanese publisher's other franchises of recent vintage, such as Lost Planet and Dead Rising. The proof will be in the proverbial pudding this week, when the already big screen-bound Dark Void goes on sale in North America. It is the first project from developer Airtight Games, home to several former members of shuttered Crimson Skies developer Fastest Studios. The third-person shooter will have players engaging in three-dimensional combat powered by jetpacks, a gameplay formula which has earned it the nickname the Rocketeer in Space. It sees mankind fighting the Watchers, an alien race banished by humanity to an alternate universe after its members grew too powerful, a la the Cylons in Battlestar Galactica. Those not fond of airborne sci-fi daring-do will have a chance to get their horror on with Silent Hill Shattered Memories for the PlayStation 2 and PSP. The M-rated adventure game sees players once again return to the titular haunted town, this time to track down the missing daughter of protagonist Harry Mason. The reimagining of the original Silent Hill was released for the Wii in December and scored solid reviews. Rounding out the week are a passel of DS games, including the retro-style Dark Void spin-off Dark Void Zero, and the Greek-themed RPG Glory of Heracles. For more information on the week's games, check out GameSpot's new releases page. Release dates are based on retailer listings and are subject to change.
So that's what's coming out this week. So, quiz for you. What's coming out this week on Xbox Live?
I'm the host of the show. I don't need to know anything.
All right, well, let's find out what's happening this week on Xbox Live.
This week on Xbox Live, we open up the floodgates for the new content that's washing up on your doorstep. Coming to the live arcade this week is Vandal Hearts: Flames of Judgment. Konami breathes new life into the series that originally came out on the first PlayStation in 1997. In this prequel to Vandal Hearts, you play as Tobias Martin, an orphan that finds himself in the middle of two rival kingdoms that stand at the brink of war. You can have Vandal Hearts: Flames of Judgment for 1,200 Microsoft points. Washing up next is Death by Cube. You play as a robot who must defend itself against a variety of malicious attacking cubes. When shot, these cubes erupt in a splatter of unexpected but gratifying bloody gore. The Cube Massacre can be enjoyed in 3 different multiplayer game modes, such as Deathmatch, Base Battle, and High Score Scramble, and supports up to 8 players. Pick up Death by Cube for 800 Microsoft points. Sloshing our way over to the Games on Demand section this week, we find Skate. This innovative skateboard simulator makes use of your controller's dual analog sticks in a way that feels natural and accurate. Create your own skater, capture pics of your tricks for bragging rights, and skate the streets of San Vandalonium. Skate is yours for $19.99. Our next catch out of the flooded streets of the internet, we find Brave, a warrior's tale. As Courage, a young Native American warrior, you follow the story of an elderly brave and his quest to stop the evil Wendelos' threat to the village. Brave, a warrior's tale is yours for $29.99. The rain never stops in indie games, and first up is KGB Episode 1. In the first episode of KGB, you play as an elite soldier in a special operations unit. You are dropped in to go after terrorists who have killed some federal agents. Search terrorist camps, find intel, burn down their operation to foil their evil plans. KGB Episode 1 will run you 240 Microsoft points. One thing the rain can't stop is roaches. In House of Cockroach, you're in charge of cleaning up an old house filled with, well, you guessed it, cockroaches. With 3 weapons of choice to use and 14 missions to complete, it's roach killing time. House of Cockroach is all yours for 240 Microsoft points. Card games were invented for rainy days, so get your virtual poker chips dusted off and sit down for some Hoyle, Texas Hold'em. Play with up to 9 people, customize your own game type, but just remember, nobody has a poker face like your avatar does. Hoyle, Texas Hold'em is 400 Microsoft points. Wading over to the game video department, we find new trailers for Just Cause 2 and Battlefield Bad Company 2. And finally, before it's over our heads, let's check in with the game add-ons department. This week, Rock Band adds to its digital collection Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers Live Anthology Pack 2. Perform some of your favorite hits like Breakdown, Century City, and The Waiting. Pick this up for 800 Microsoft points. And next we have the Section 8 Seek and Destroy Map Pack. With 3 new maps, you're sure to find room in your budget for this one. Well, that's it for this week. No new demos, but there are of course trial demos for most of the games that were on today's segment. Check back with GameSpot.com and Xbox.com for more updates, and see you next Thursday for This Week on Xbox Live.
All right, that's what's happening on Xbox Live this week. Hey, Sophia, how much do you know about gas-powered games?
They're powered by gas.
They are powered by gas, and they also are the makers of Supreme Commander 2. Recently, GameSpot took a trip down to Gas Power Games to take a look at their studio. So take a look.
We're here at Gas Powered Games. Today it's all about Supreme Commander 2. And we're going to take you on a tour of Gas Powered Games, talk to some of the people on the team, and take a look what's going on behind the scenes here. All right, so this is where the team is. This is really exciting at the end of a project because you got lots of cool stuff up. This is Sung. He's fiddling on some anti-air guns. You want to say hi to the folks back home?
Hello.
And what do you got going on here?
I'm just doing some LODs, reducing polys for game performance.
Excellent, excellent. Performance is very important. Supreme Commander 2 runs faster than Supreme Commander 1, so that means more people can play on more hardware than the first game. Audrey, what are you working on?
I am doing the same thing for one of the maps.
Nice.
Cleaning it up a little, reducing materials. So.
Nice, nothing like a little cleanup for the end of the project. We like to leave things spotlessly clean by the end of the game. It's like, you know, a party. You want to clean up after you're done. Jeff does a lot of our FMV and our cinematics work. He's dressed for snowboarding. At any minute, Jeff could start snowboarding. So,
But I suck at it.
Oh, well, I don't want to get into your personal life. Well, zings a boom, yeah. Okay. And Gordon, what are you working on?
looking at a few multiplayer bugs or like 360 bugs specifically.
Nice, nice. Keeping the dream alive? Nice, okay, all right. We hate it when the dream dies and we've got to take out the defibrillators. I mean, that's really hard on the dream. Sort of like zombie dream, where we don't know if the dream's alive or dead. How are you doing, Aaron?
Doing good. Checking fidelity of visual effects.
Fidelity. Now this is important so we can run on lower spec machines, right?
That's correct.
And people with higher spec machines can turn the fidelity up even more. So we cover the full range. So here's hoping that you get to crank the fidelity way up back home. And if not, hey, well, listen, I won't say anything if you don't. Let's go down here. Let's see what, let's check in with the engineering crew. Now this is more engineers, and if you wonder who built this incredible engine, the incredible high performance engine, that's James Lowe. He's right here, and he gets to stare at the font all day long. The font of the game is this like a sans serif comic? What is it?
I think that's system font.
System font, yes. I was kidding, of course. I knew what font it was. There's no doubt. Times Roman 12 pitch or whatever. This is Chad Queen, our lead engineer. He runs the engineering team, and he listens to opera for some strange reason while he codes. So it's a very, very interesting choice. Yeah. Whoa. And we have Brian over here working also on all sorts of things. Gosh, too many to mention, but you know, some of the animation systems. He's the one who optimizes things like the bones, so the bones are efficient. Am I right? Just lucky guess on my part that I see check-ins, you know, late at night. I optimized the bones. I'm like, that's good. That's good. Somebody oughta. We're ending the tour, and here we're in one of our cool spaces we call the Flex Space. And we can do all kinds of cool things in here. We can have playtest sessions, and we bring in guests. And believe it or not, at GPG, this is where we do our yoga. If you're ever by GPG, bring your yoga mat, and we'll do a little yoga right here. All right, thank you very much for coming along on the tour. Have a great day. Take care.
Guess what's coming up next, Brian?
Striptease?
No. Tatsunoko versus Capcom. So are you ready to...
Striptease? Yes.
No. So for the rest of you, here's an upcoming starting block for Tatsunoko versus Capcom, Brian.
I'm Seth Killian from Capcom.
I'm Justin Wong.
And we're here to give you a few tips on Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars with Joe the Condor and Frank West. So here we are, we got Joe the Condor, part of the Science Ninja Team Gatchaman crew. He's the second in command, but definitely one of the most boss characters in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom. He's a pistol specialist, so you see a lot of pistol-related specials. One of my favorite things about him is this counter move he's got. Bam! So it actually slows down the whole game and goes into sort of a cutscene. He's also got really interesting supers. So his level 1 bird missile super is a dragon punch with 2 attacks. Does a little bit of damage, but is more interesting as a setup. So that's not going to be a game winner right there, but he can jump around and attack you. And even if I'm able to block and sort of keep him off me, bam, there's a giant missile that lands and explodes the entire screen, so very dangerous. For more sort of conventional supers, sort of a quarter circle forward fireball, it's just he has a little projectile there and then comes in for a flying slam to kill you. You can also do that in the air. It's a great combo ender for his air combos. And he's also got a sweet level 3. So that's just a quarter circle away with 2 buttons, so you can launch him into the air. And then bang, slams him up and brings in his teammate from Gatchaman. That would be Ken the Eagle. And they form a giant cyclone that will pretty much kill you from whatever you were doing. It's again, works great on the ground, really great in the air. That's more of a damage super than a setup. But he's a very versatile character, got a lot of style, and plays great at range and has some dangerous up-close stuff as well. So next up we have here Frank West, everyone's favorite from Dead Rising. And of course he's got his camera. Frank is really a unique character. He's got that nice launcher and a little air combo, and the baseball bat. He's got a command grab. You can get a little distance on that, throw the enemy, and that works even on the giant characters, which is also really hilarious. One of Frank's liabilities, what makes him sort of a unique character, is he's got a really sort of shrimpy jump. So if you see him jump, like he's got a very low jump arc, so it's hard. His dash is also really short, so he's not one of the more mobile characters in the game. He can put on, that can help him in some situations to put on pressure, but he's pretty immobile. So really, he needs to have some help doing his fighting for him. So one of those helps, or the primary help, is zombies. It's Frank West, so of course he's using a lot of zombies. So you can call in zombies in a shopping cart, and those come at 3 different speeds, and the fierce one will actually bounce me off the wall, and you can combo me again after that. You can also drop zombies down from the sky, or there's one coming down from the sky, and you can actually golf that with a big standing C, knock the zombie over at me, and keep the combo going, or call it in, but the zombie will attack Frank the same way it attacks anybody else. So it'll attack me, and you can be comboed while the zombie's attacking you, but the zombie will attack whoever's closest to it, and they're dangerous beasts. So basically, Frank is a bit of a lockdown character where you want to use other things to call in his zombies to do his fighting for him. As you can see, the zombie's coming, and there's Frank has to block his own zombie. The other thing that's really interesting about Frank West is he has one of the most unique assists in the game. So if you tag him out, you actually can see Frank West's assist, which is he'll actually come in to do the camera, which does 0 damage. He comes in and takes a flash with his camera. No damage, but is a great combo extender from almost anywhere on the screen. So no matter where you are, you can call in Frank to do his assist, and it will hit basically anywhere. So it won't do any damage, but is a great way to keep your combo going in lots of creative ways. He's got some great supers there as well. That Mega Buster super is probably his best one. Giant Swing is a lot of fun where he tosses you up into the air, and then Dead Rising, bam, with the baseball bat. That's great for damage. Frank West has a bunch of great supers, but this is by far my favorite. It's level 3. As Justin says, this is the reason to play this guy, just to humiliate your opponent by putting a stupid hat on them, running them through a crowd of zombies, and then slamming their head into the ground. But that's Frank, great sense of fun, great character.
So there you have some basic strategies for Joe the Condor and Frank West in Tatsunoko vs. Capcom Ultimate All-Stars, coming out January 26th exclusively on the Nintendo Wii.
All right, now it's time for our daily demo. We got Death by Cube. Sophia, I saw this game back at TGS, but a lot of it didn't make sense because some of it was in Japanese. But I get the impression that not a lot of this game makes sense to begin with.
That's true. We are shooting cubes. Let's jump right in.
Yeah, let's just jump right in.
I haven't really played this, but here we go.
So my understanding of what I've seen of it from TGS was it was a little bit like Geometry Wars. It's kind of like a all-direction shooter.
Kind of.
But you're fighting boxes or something? Is that what's happening here?
That's what I'm doing. Using the 2 analog sticks here, firing
these beams that are sort of like they're self-aiming. It looks like.
Like a targeting system?
Yeah.
So was it really hard to get this in Japanese?
Easy now. I was stressed out and sweaty.
The joys of convention life.
Yeah, exactly. That is a lot of blood for a little box.
That is true.
That.
Whoa.
It doesn't seem.
Happening?
Oh, you're getting attacked.
Okay, so I do have a health bar.
Okay, got a health bar. It looks like a number of lives right underneath that.
Leveled.
You just leveled up, which hard to tell what that means. Okay, here's what I don't understand. The big boxes have just as much blood in them as the little boxes. That defies at least.
Oh man,
Speaking of blood.
Oh, there we go. Oh, I'm back.
Okay.
I'm back.
Now you're firing with the right analog stick?
Yeah, I'm moving with the
any
left.
other weapons?
Just like Geometry Wars.
Just like Robotron. Any other like smart bombs or something? Okay, here's like a in-between level screen.
Chips gained.
You gain some chips, and I guess
you can unlock all these little characters.
Okay, and maybe they have different powers. Okay, so the playing surface is a little bit different here. It's a little bit more narrow.
Can I fall off?
No.
Okay.
No. Okay.
Just
good.
checking.
Different enemies.
So check this out. If you use the triggers, you can dash and shield.
Homer's telling us that if you use the triggers, you can dash and shield.
Oh, thanks, Homer. Whoop.
Maybe we should have Homer doing this thing.
What are you saying?
No, you're doing great. I'm just saying.
Someone has played it before. Clearly not me.
Oh man. All right.
I'm still alive. Still going.
Yep.
Still
doing
going.
well.
Where is everyone?
Oh, some of them are invisible.
Invisible?
Yeah. I didn't tell you that?
Yeah. Way to give me the heads
My
up.
bad. Well, thanks for the look at Death by Cube. This game is coming out soon, correct?
So soon that it came out yesterday.
That's incredibly soon.
I
Sophia,
know.
I'm gonna play us out here.
Okay.
Because
you think you're so good at it.
Wait a minute now. I'm actually really good at Death by Cube. Mission successful, and all I did was I pressed the stick once, and I succeeded the mission.
I got you there. Show's over.
Anyway, show's over. God. Thanks, Sophia, for being here and for being so hard on me. I'm glad I put you on the spot so many times. Guys, we will see you for another episode of Today on the Spot on Saturday. See you then.
So, quiz for you. What's coming out on Xbox Live this week?
No idea. I'm the host. I don't need to know anything.
Well, Skate for one.
What?
And there's many other things.
Be sure to tune in on Saturday for a demo of Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth on the DS, a look at Resident Evil Gold, and this week on PlayStation Network.